Alright, recording is on. How's it going? Thanks for trusting me to help you out with this.
You're welcome. I'm doing good today.
I can't believe I'm helping a jury. The things you make me do. I hate this woman. I hate her so much. I'm probably gonna play Ken, even though I haven't really been playing Ken, just because when it comes to, like, figuring out what your tendencies are in gameplay, it's a lot easier to tell what you usually do against a Shoto than against Marissa, because Marissa's weird, so people play against her weird.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, and there's also a lot of Kens at the college tournaments, so...
There's a lot of Kens everywhere. There's no escape from the weakest Shoto.
Yeah.
What's your CFN?
It's Epoqua. Do you need, like, the numbers? For, like,
No, I can just search you by name for
Okay.
Let me just double check here on METAFY, whenever that'll load. Give me a second here. I scheduled like 2 sessions in rapid succession. I just wanted to double check. Yes, yours is Can we run this at? Okay, cool. I was making sure I was doing the right thing. I had a moment of panic that maybe you had a replay and I was doing this backwards. I've just got the set to first to 3. And then, just play, really. Like, I'm not playing this to beat you up any more than you're playing this to beat me up. I just want to see how you usually play.
Okay.
Gotta do this. Round 1. Fight. Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Oop. Oh.
Sit down and shut up! I've had enough.
That was robbery. Oh no, I can't do that. Oh no. Nice. Nice.
Juri wins. Round 1. Fight.
I'm so out of practice on Ken, it's ridiculous, but I'm still getting information.
Okay.
Round one. Fight. How's this? Go time. Try how's this? Let's get it. What? Round two. Fight. Hadouken! Let's get it! Try it! Hadouken! Hadouken! Go time! Do it! Get right! Tura!
Oh god! The drive rush burnt me out and I couldn't DI back!
Final round. Fight! Hadouken! Go time! Tortilla! Bad mistake! Tura! Let's get it! Go time! Tortilla! Tura! Let's get it! Coming at ya! Eat this! Hadouken!
Such a lovely face.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Ken wins! Round one. Fight! Hadouken! Go time! Let's get it! Go time! Tura!
Oops, wrong button.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Let's get it! Sim! Hadouken! Hadouken! Go time! Let's get it! Try and stop! Round two. Fight!
Nice. I also burnt myself out though, so you're probably okay. Oh!
Oh, that was good.
That's my only way out of that situation.
Sit down and shut up! I've had enough. Go time! Let's get it!
Oops.
Ken wins! Round one. Fight! Let's get it! Try it! Shoryuken! Left and right! Shoryuken! Tura!
Oops. That's gotta kill her, right? Oh my god, I'm alive. No, I'm not. Oh my god.
Oh shoot.
Okay. I think I have a pretty good idea of where you're probably hitting the wall here. If you want to, like, hop into training room here.
Yeah.
What you can't see is one of the kitties just, like, vibing right next to me right now, living her best life. Like, I just felt her on my leg while I was playing, like, huh? Okay. So, do you want me to leave my camera on or off? Because obviously we can both see training room on our own monitors.
I'm calling through my console, so I can't see your camera.
Oh, okay, cool. That works out then. So, for one thing, just starting out with, go into your screen display settings. Make sure you have input history display on for both of us, and the frame meter on, too.
Okay.
So, for starters, the good. Your anti-airs are, like, immaculate. I don't think I was able to jump on you once. I actually, like, double-checked whether or not you were playing Modern, because you really had those with the DPs, but you just have those, which is, like, really, really good. Because I would say you don't anti-air is, like, one of the most common problems, and you don't have that problem. Your anti-airs are great.
Thanks, that's good.
And you have very good corner pressure in general. Like, once you got me to the corner, I definitely had to guess right in order to get out, because you really didn't let up on the pressure, and if I tried to jump out, you were anti-airing me pretty much every time, which is really good. I think most of where you're having trouble is defense, particularly when you're in the corner, and that you have a flowchart on offense that is working on the people in your MR, but will cease to work if people stop having the same habits. Like, for one thing, you're pretty much always looking for me to whiff a throw tack. Pretty much, like, almost every time I throw tacked, you were in a position where you were backed up far enough that you were able to punish the throw tech and you got your big combo on reaction, which is good. But people stop teching like crazy as you go up in MR. And I think that's probably some of what you're seeing, like, at the TCNJ locals, is just that you're constantly looking to bait the throw tack, but if they're not somebody that techs, you're not getting anything out of it. Because, like, in order to get people to tech, I was being twitchy on tech there for a while, so you were just getting away with it. But, like, the main way you get people to tech is by throwing them. And if I wasn't in the corner, you really didn't throw me that much, like, mid-screen. I know probably your Oki off mid-screen throw isn't, like, great, but people aren't going to tech if they aren't afraid you're going to throw them. So I would be establishing the throw more in your offense. Like, at pretty much any time you did a drive rush cancel, I don't think you did this into throw, like, once. It was always into frame trap button. And that's good. Like, this is good on Ken. But if I always do that, then they can perfect parry, they can just block, they can drive reversal, and they don't have a reason to throw tech. Same for, like, pretty much any time you were plus off, like, your drive rush jab or whatever, you were then going for your medium to go for the frame trap. So, I'm gonna block. Once I realized that you were only gonna press buttons and you weren't gonna throw me, I stopped throw teching, and you stopped getting any pressure going. Because once I stopped making bad decisions on defense, you didn't actually know how to make me make a bad decision. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the way you're structuring your offense is a little bit how I like to play Marissa layer 1. You're just like, I'm going to rush them down because I'm Juri and I can do my shit. And then eventually they're going to freak out. And you're going to kill them for freaking out. So whether it was shimmying the ODDP, or you were waiting for the throw tech, the goal was hit buttons, hit buttons, hit buttons. And eventually, I hit the wrong button and you kill me. But it was a pretty safe bet, like 90% of the time you were on offense, that you were just going to continue to pressure with normals. And often if I just waited and you hadn't hit me yet, you kind of panicked that you hadn't gotten anything out of your offense, and you drive rush cancel into spending a bunch of meter that didn't get you anything. Like, if you block for me here, like, let's say I'm doing this, nothing's happening. Most of what you were doing here, like, say you did this, like, obviously not the same buttons because you're Juri, but, like, say I do this, then you could back off there and just wait for me to do something else. But usually you were going, she hasn't made a mistake yet, so now I'm gonna go. Like, you were just continuing to roll at me. And a couple times you went, oh shoot, I'm in burnout. Or so I can tell you weren't looking at your meter. You were just like, I want to make something happen. If I'm on offense and I don't get an interaction that leads to a hit, I'm going to continue to be on offense until I get an interaction that leads to a hit. Is kind of how you're approaching this.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And you want to shift more comfortably between offense and neutral and defense. Like, I think you said, let me check what you sent on METAFY here. Mainly poor footsies and defense. The defense, I think, is accurate. I don't think it's that you have poor footsies. I think it's that you're afraid of playing footsies because you think you have poor footsies. Which, I was in the exact same place for a really long time, so I can totally empathize with that. But you didn't really play footsies with me. You just kind of waited, and if something didn't happen, then you drive rush. And I am not great with my whiff punishes on Ken, but like a lot of the time, all I really had to do was like kind of walk towards you and then stop, and you throw out your crouch medium kick, like as soon as you think I'm about to be in range.
Yeah.
And if I am on point with the whiff punishes, like just whiff the crouch medium kick. You just like throw the button out. The yeah, that.
Oh yeah.
Just do it again. Like I said, I haven't really been practicing on Ken. Ideally, I should be getting a combo there. Alright, well, if a Ken's on point, he gets drive rush into this, into run DP, or into run Tatsu. You're in the corner, and you're in trouble. So, it's not, I would say, that you, like, have bad footsies, is that you're not actually trying to play footsies. Because footsies, the best way to describe footsies is what happens when neither person is at an advantage yet. Like, say you're mid-screen, let's just back up here. So neither person has the corner, neither person has plus frames, you're both waiting for something to happen. There are 3 levels to footsies in terms of what the other person could be doing. One of them is that they're actually trying to hit you. They're on offense. Then the person who is being hit is likely to go, well, I have to catch them before they get to me, and they're in covering mode. They're trying to catch you before you walk up to them, because you keep hitting them. If you're trying to catch me before I walk up to you, because I keep walking up to you, I get to go to layer 3. Because if I walk forward, you do this. So then instead of walking all the way forward and getting hit when you do this, I just stop, and you hit your button, like here. If you want to just crouch medium kick. It's still dropping the conversion, but you get the idea. So you're not registering whether or not the opponent is looking for you to whiff. You're assuming that the other person is going to keep walking, and you're not waiting for more information before you throw out your button. So that's the real reason you're whiffing, because if I kept walking, you are hitting a button in the right spot. Like, that is a good way to check me walking forward. But people aren't always going to throw themselves at you, and I think you're kind of assuming they will, both because of how people play in 1400s MR, and because that's kind of how you play. Is that you want to rush them down all the time. So you see them coming towards you, you go, well, they're definitely going to hit me, and you're throwing out the preemptive button. but you want to see if they're actually committed to approaching you first. And the best way to do that is use a bigger button. Like, test the space with a bigger button so they don't have to get close enough for you to be using the medium kick. Like, when I'm like here, or here, my medium kick whiffs from here. My heavy kick's gonna connect. So this is your space control tool. This is your don't come near me tool. Whatever your, what is your, like, farthest reaching button on Juri that's not a sweep?
Mama? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What is your farthest reaching button on Juri that's not a sweep? Like, is it a heavy kick?
Oh, probably this one.
Probably that one, yeah. And that's, stand heavy kick, is that?
Yeah, this is heavy kick.
That is going to be a good way for you to kind of test the space of if people are actually coming towards you. Because it goes further. And that moves you forward a lot, too. Like, this moves Ken forward a little bit. That moves you forward a lot. So, when they're in kind of ambiguous, I'm not sure if my crouch medium kick is going to connect spacing, that's where you want to use a bigger button. You obviously don't want to throw out the big button every time they start getting close to you, because that's even easier to whiff punish. If I do this in your face, there's a really long recovery. I'm going to get blown up.
Right.
But if you're not sure, like, is this going to work? Just bigger button. You have bigger buttons. There's a tendency, if you play a character with a cancelable crouch medium kick, that's always the button you want to use because the reward on it, on hit or on block, is still good. But when you're playing footsies, it's not always about getting the big hit. It's about controlling the space. Because if you now show them, okay, if you walk towards me, I'm going to hit a button, they're probably going to start backing off and looking for the whiff punish because they're expecting you to hit a button when they get near you. And then if they're sitting here waiting for you to hit a button because you've shown them you always hit buttons, well, now you can just start walking forward. You establish the respect that if they come near you, you have a button that'll reach. And then they're either going to start doing something that's not a button, like a jump or a neutral skip, or they're going to start backing off and looking for you to whiff that button. So you either counterplay them freaking out and trying to, like, jump in on you, which you do really, really well. You have great anti-airs. Or you see they've now stopped walking into your space and you encroach into their space. Is that making sense?
Yeah, that's making sense.
On defense, you backdash on every second knockdown in the corner. I think every single time. I don't know if you knew you were doing that and if there was this thought behind it or if it's just a subconscious habit, but I'm pretty sure it was every time I had you in the corner. I would throw you once, you would presume throw loop, and you would backdash. So once I figured that out, I threw you once, and I just meated you. Because the only thing backdash beats is throw. Backdash is better than throw tech a lot of times in the corner, because if I shimmied you and you throw teched, obviously I can kill you for it. But if I shimmied you and you backdash, it's probably too late for me to punish it. So if you do want to guess throw, backdash is a good option. But you don't have to guess throw right away. Because if you're right, and you backdash the throw, yeah, you probably get a little combo and you get out of the corner. But if you're wrong, you take way more damage for taking, like, this combo. Oop. That's almost 3,000 damage versus 1,200. So you're taking, like, 2.5 times the damage for not wanting to get thrown. Most of the time, if people are throwing you in the corner, they're not going to do more than 2 throws before they start looking for you to do something that beats throw. Like, they'll do 2 throws and then they'll shimmy, or they'll do 2 throws and then they'll meaty, whatever. Some people will just continue throw looping you, and if somebody shows you they want to throw you a lot, then maybe, yeah, guess throw. Maybe try it the first time they put you in the corner to establish that you're not just going to let them throw loop you if you think it's worth the risk. But doing it every time just means they get a free meaty off the second knockdown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You also, like, after you've gotten hit twice, if I do my throw, and then I do my meaty, then you DP. Your layers are take the throw, stop taking the throw, reversal. Like, almost every time. They don't actually have to pressure you that much to get you to try to bust out of the situation. And I feel like that's probably coming from a place of, you know, that if you backdash the throw, you get out of the corner. And you're not sure how to get out of the corner if you don't get a backdash. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I feel like I'm just guessing. And I mean, I felt like I was guessing every time, but you noticed that it's a habit of mine.
Yeah, and I have my own habits in the corner that people definitely pick up on. I had to calm down with the armor big time because I was pretty much going, alright, I'll take 2 throws, and then I'm gonna wake up armor. And everybody just blew me up for it. Because I had what I thought, you know, saying, okay, I'm gonna take 1, and then I'm gonna establish I'm not gonna hold that. It's not a bad idea in theory. But just because something makes sense in terms of risk-reward in theory doesn't mean you should do it all the time, because once they know you do it all the time, all they have to do is do the counterplay. Like, in theory, getting a round start, crouch, medium kick, drive rush is a good way to start your offense. But if I start every round by walking forward into crouch, medium kick, then you can just check my walk forward. Likewise, if I start every round with drive rush, you can just check my drive rush. You check drive rush really well as well. Your checks on people coming at you are very, very solid. It's once they actually get in, you start to freak out.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
Do you know any option selects on your wake up in the corner? If I say option select, do you know what that means?
I guess, like, I know the one is the delayed throw
Yeah.
tech, so I can block and tech the throw at the same time.
Okay, I'm gonna expand your concept of what 2 things you can cover at the same time. This is not the only thing you can do delayed on wake up to cover 2 options. That beats, if they meaty you, you block it, and if they throw you, you tech it. So it beats meaty and it beats throw. The 3 things they can do to you in the corner, in general, are meaty you, throw you, or shimmy you. You can also cover meaty and shimmy instead of meaty and throw. If instead of doing the delayed throw tech on your wake up, you do your delayed crouch medium kick.
Right.
Because you have a cancelable crouch medium kick, do you know how to buffer a drive rush cancel behind a normal? Like if I tell you buffer it?
Am I not? There we go.
So that you're tapping parry in the cancel window, and then if you don't touch them, nothing happens. Like you can see in my inputs, I'm hitting parry.
Yeah.
So if it hits you, it comes out. Whether it hits you or if you block, you block for me. It comes out on block too, but it doesn't come out on whiff. So like you can fish that way in neutral if you're like, is this gonna hit? And then it does. But that also is helpful if you're in the corner. Because if somebody is walking, they are not blocking low. Whether they're walking forward or walking back, doesn't matter. If they're walking, they're not blocking low. So by definition, if somebody is shimmying you, they're walking. Which means they can eat the low. So if you do a delayed crouch medium kick and you buffer the drive rush cancel on your wake up, then if they meated you, just like the delay throw tech, you're just gonna block it. But if they try to back up, you're out of the corner. Obviously, Ken privileges I get a side switch. But by definition, if they tried to back up, you're out of the corner. If they backed up a little, if they were smart, and they backed up a tiny bit and just blocked, you're still gonna get your drive rush cancel on block, and then you get to mix them. So if you crouch block for me here, your options off the crouch medium kick are number 1 is going to be you can just throw them. So if you're in the corner and you get this, now they're in the corner.
Ah, okay.
Or, I'm going to put myself in the corner here. Crouch block for me again. If you think they're going to try to hit a button after, you can always do your frame trap. So if you mash after then they're going to hit. and then you get your combo that way. Even if you block the whole thing, do you see how much space that created on the screen? Just from doing into one button? You're not really in the corner anymore. You get to now move in and out of their range again, and make them play footsies with you again because you're not all the way at the wall. So even if they block the whole thing, you're at an advantage. Now, if you do anything with a gap, do you know the Drive Rush DP OS? Do you know that option select or not?
The what option selects? I'm sorry, what you said?
Drive Rush DP option select?
No, I don't think I've
Oh,
heard
this
of
is
that
gonna help
before.
you so much fighting Shotos. Okay, so if I'm doing a Drive Rush cancel off a cancelable medium, and I do a button, or I do a throw, the whole point of that is that there's a gap where if you tried to press a button, I'm plus, so I get to beat your button. The only time there's not a gap is if they Drive Rush cancel directly into a jab. Then that's a block string. So if you mash as hard as you can after the crouch medium kick Drive Rush, it still doesn't come out until after. Just mash as hard as you can after the medium kick. Just, you see nothing comes out?
Yeah, it's a true block string.
Because there's no gap. Because it's a true block string. So, if you see them turn green after the medium kick, and you do an ODDP, if they did anything with a gap, you hit them.
It'll hit.
And if they did the true string, then you don't DP. It doesn't happen. It doesn't come out.
Ah.
So if you just DP every time here, just keep blocking, sucking.
Oh, I'm supposed to DP again.
Yeah. That's the throw, and then this is the button. And now this is the true string. See, nothing happens?
See?
So if you have the bar to spend, and you want them off of you, and you know it wasn't a heavy, because there are certain heavies in the game. Marissa's knee, the forward heavy kick. If I forward heavy kick Drive Rush on Marissa and I just block, I can block the DP. And I kill people that way all the time, because they see green in the DP.
Time to play.
But mediums, you can never bait the DP off a medium, ever. Not a single medium in the game. So if the other person knows that option select, they might see you get your delayed medium kick in the corner and just go, stay in there, and DP. So it may be worthwhile to do the true string instead and just go into your jab. Because now you're plus, and they get to guess a second time. Because now you get to make them guess strike, throw, shimmy. You can hit another button. You can shimmy to catch them throw teching and then get a big combo that takes them closer to the middle of the screen. Or you can just back throw them instead of going directly into the back throw for the medium kick. But I think just going for the delayed medium kick sometimes, if you think they're more likely to shimmy than to throw you, is going to change your defense a lot. Because right now you're pretty much only guessing throw. Backdash only beats throw.
What are you waiting?
Right.
Whereas if you're guessing throw and meaty, or meaty and shimmy, you have more chances to be right. Normally I have to tell people to stop jumping out of the corner, but you really don't do that. You backdash or you reversal.
Yeah, I didn't want to, like, try that a lot, because I know, like, you're a modern player, and you
Yeah.
can cross-cut really
In general
easily.
though, like, if I have you in the corner, the place I want to be standing is directly under the timer. Because if you're directly under the timer and they jump, just jump. Just jump at me.
Okay.
That's the perfect spacing to keep them in the corner. If they're any closer than the timer, this time jump. I would have to cross-cut to beat the jump. And then, yeah, you ate the DP, but where are you on the screen?
I'm not in the corner anymore.
You're not in the corner anymore. You basically paid the toll. That's your easy pass toll to get out of the corner. If you really think they're going to throw you, or that they're just not with the checks, if they're closer than the timer, it's a better time to jump out than otherwise. Because then even if you get anti-aired, you're out of the corner. If you're jumping at me and I'm all the way back here, yeah, then it's a really bad idea, because you're not going to get anything out of that. But if I keep moving in, and I'm kind of trying to play, are you going to hit a button? I'm going to harass you. And then you jump?
Yeah.
Best I can do, even on modern, is a crosscut. Unless I air to air you.
Okay.
Unless I air to air you. Like, if you jump here, I could do that. And if I'm Ken, I think he actually gets a combo off of that. Do it again. I know there's a way to get the, like, OD Tatsu combo now that they added that on modern. But I don't know how to do the combo. How do we do the air Tatsu? I think that's the problem. Hang on.
Hadouken! Tatsumaki!
I'm gonna have to lab it. I don't want to distract from the point I was trying to make. But, so, you have more options to get out of the corner than you think you do. For one thing, if they're in your face, jumping is not necessarily as bad an idea if you don't think they're gonna hit you out of the jump. Like, if they keep kind of playing at this range and they go for tick throws a lot, or they go for, I'm gonna annoy you, I'm gonna annoy you, I'm gonna annoy you, you're done pressing buttons, I'm gonna throw you. That's not a terrible person to jump out on. And you also have the dive kick as a throw call out. Like, which, honestly, I think if you're only gonna guess throw, dive kick might be better than backdash some of the time. Obviously, if they block the dive kick, you're super minus, so it has some more risk attached to it than the backdash, but I don't think you represented the dive kick at all.
Yeah, I don't want to do it because I know you're good, and that's more committal.
Here's the thing, though.
So
If you assume that the other person can check all your bullshit, and you only do 2 or 3 things, you are doing my job for me. Because you didn't make you stop doing anything. You reduced your game plan down to 2 or 3 things that I have to look for. And now I only have to look for those things.
What are you
If you represent dive kick even once, now that's something I have to think about.
Okay.
If you only do 2 or 3 really safe things, then their mental stack can fit in the palm of their hand. They don't have to think about that much.
Right, that makes sense. Okay.
So you have a very solid layer 1. Like, you rush them down, you pressure them into making a mistake, and then you kill them. But because you are only following this, like, ABC flowchart that works as a spine, then on offense, they just wait for you to do the same things on defense and they kill you. And on defense, they don't have to worry about what you're going to do because you kind of run the same sequence every time. It was like button, button, drive rush, button, button, delay, button, every single time. Like, if I were on point with the perfect parries, it was the same sequence every time. Where you want to be varying your strings and your timings and throwing throws in there, especially if you want to bait the throw tech. They're not going to tech if you don't throw them. So I think definitely the delayed crouch medium kick and recognizing your options off of that. And I would definitely practice the DP OS on a bot in terms of defense, because that's a really, really good option to have. It forces them to start doing true strings if they want to drive rush cancel, and reduces the amount of threat you're taking on defense in a huge way.
It's funny because I've thought of that on offense with this string. And I'll do DP after this if I know like they keep counter hitting here.
Yeah.
But I never thought to do it on defense. So,
that also works for supers, by the way. The OS after the drive rush medium. I believe, what's the startup on Juri's level 3? I'm just gonna block it. Just do level 3. 10 frames, and just block for me too, because I don't want this to hit you. 7 frames. Okay. It's probably still... Yeah, because Mercy is 9 frames and that works. That's... I think all your level 1 or your level 3 are both fast enough that if you do them after the crouch medium kick drive rush and it wasn't a true string, that's guaranteed. Obviously harder to do on classic than on modern because it's a double circle.
Right.
But especially if you know it's gonna kill them. Like, if I'm playing somebody like you, and I know this person just wants to be on offense all the time, and they're gonna keep spending meter, and they're gonna keep running at me, all I do is wait for them to turn green, and then I super, and they die. Like, that literally, especially with modern. And if I'm playing Ken, and I have the DP, I just wait for them to turn green, and I DP. Because that shit is guaranteed, if it wasn't a heavy. So I will just wait for them to continue doing their flowchart spending meter, and the second I see green, they die. And if you pull that off, it's doing more damage than when I pull it off, because all my supers are scaled. In terms of, like, the neutral, I would legitimately just be more willing to wait and see what they do. Like, I'm not gonna be able to teach you how to play footsies in 15 minutes. Heck, I am still learning how to play footsies. But at the very least, don't just assume that they are always in attack mode. Because they're either in attack mode, they're on waiting to whiff punish mode, or they're in don't come near me, I'm gonna check you walking forward mode. Don't always assume that they're just gonna keep walking. Because if you keep whiffing this, you're killing yourself. Just wait and see what they do. Especially because your checks are super on point. Like I said, you have great DPs, you have great drive rush checks. If you keep going at them, you're giving them the opportunity to guess right, and you're burning a bunch of resources. If you wait, especially in 1400s MR, I fucking guarantee you, if you wait more than 4 seconds, they will do something. They will probably do something within a second and a half, less. People are very, very uncomfortable playing neutral. You are not the only one in your MR who doesn't want to play neutral. None of them do. They would literally rather lay down in traffic. They do not want to play neutral. Do not eat the laptop, honey. Thank you. If you wait, they're going to jump, and you have great anti-airs. They're going to drive rush, and you have great drive rush checks. Or if they actually want to, like, play a spacing game and play buttons, well, then you know you can play a spacing game and play buttons. But nobody in 1400s wants to play footsies. Footsies, by definition, you're only playing this grounded poking game and spacing game if both people have agreed to do it. Because otherwise, there's like a million ways to skip neutral in this game. You can do this shit, you can do this shit, you can do this shit, you can do this shit. You want to be really evil, you can do this shit. There's a ton of other things you can do besides playing a grounded poking game. Both people are only going to play footsies if you show them that the other stuff doesn't work. So you don't need to start playing footsies until you shut down the chimpanzee approach. Show them they can't jump on you. Show them they can't drive rush on you. If they keep doing those things, you can just keep checking it and kill them. If they stop and then they want to play footsies, then you play footsies. But like, the tendency to go for footsies a lot of the time does not happen until much higher MR. So you're setting yourself up to just get run over if you keep trying to play footsies, because nobody else will do it. They're gonna try to just go full gorilla. So just check their bullshit. If they stop, then you can play footsies. But until then, just literally let them run at you. They're gonna do something stupid. Guaranteed. I would definitely work on your drive impact reactions. I don't think you DI'd me back once, and I abused it a lot.
Oh my god, yeah.
I have the same problem if I'm not looking for it.
Disappointed in myself on that.
If I'm not looking for it, I have the same exact problem. Personally, the only way I have found that has somewhat improved my reactions to it, besides consciously thinking I am near the corner they might DI and like adding it to my mental stack, is just drilling with punish or DI. And the way you do that is, and I can like send you a recording of this later if you need. Go into your recordings in training mode. Recording 1 is just the bot walking back and forth like 3 times. Recording 2 is same thing, DI. Recording 3 is same thing, sweep. You turn them all on, you set the one that's just this to like higher frequency, like maybe 3. So you don't know when they're gonna do something. And then if they sweep, you whiff punish. And if they DI, you DI back. It's deceptively simple. It took me hours and hours to get 5 in a row the first time, legitimately. I stole this from FChat.
Okay.
But it is a really good way to practice both reacting to DI and reacting to other things happening.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because the one time I tried to react to it, I think I went for grab and then it whiffed, and you still DI'd me. And I went,
yeah, because you weren't close enough. I think I remember that.
Right.
So I would maybe add that to the rotation just to work on both, and that'll help you with the footsies thing too, because a lot of footsies is just if they whiff, do you punish? And the only way to learn how to whiff punish is to do it. And it is very hard to focus on whiff punishes in an actual match, because like I said, everybody plays like a chimpanzee. If you're focused on just whiff punishing, then they're going to drive rush or they're going to jump, and then they never whiffed anything and you're just in the corner. So the best way to practice whiff punishing is in a controlled environment like this, where you know they're going to whiff, and you are only focused on the whiff punish. Or in this case, the whiff punish and the DI. Thinking about both at the same time is significantly gonna help your reactions to either one. Because I was not drive impacting back, and I was basically never whiff punishing, and now both things are happening for me sometimes, because before I was just going, alright, I'll program the bot to whiff, and then when he moves, I'll do my whiff punish button. And then I was landing the whiff punish every time in the lab and going, wow, I'm great at whiff punishing. And then I would go into a real match and I couldn't do it. Same for DI. If I set a bot to only DI, if they're only doing this, this is not hard to react to. You see a color, you hit DI. If they're doing this, and you react to any twitch with your whiff punish button, this is not cancelable. If they twitched, you thought it was a whiff, and you did this, and they DI'd, you get cooked. So it forces you to actually react to what they're actually doing, not just see them move and do the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I would say probably main things to focus on. Definitely learn the OS with DP with super. I would run the drill with DI and whiff punishing to just work on both of those. I don't know what Juri's best whiff punish button is off the top of my head. Whatever like is a good button for you on punish counter starter that goes far.
Probably this.
It's probably that. What does that get on punish counter?
It kind of depends on what I want. I can do this, and it's DP or like corner carry. I can do this.
Yep. Yeah. So you already have your combo wraps. You need to be reacting to if I do something in your face, you do that. Like just hit me. Yep. So, you can do the whole combo if you want. When I first started doing it, I was only doing the first button just to practice purely the whiff punish and worry about the routing later because I was getting overloaded. But definitely, like, the DI and the whiff punish. And then in the corner, I would consider going for that delayed crouch medium kick more and considering your options, true string or not, off of that. I would recognize when they're close enough to you that if you jump out, they have to cross cut and you're out of the corner. And on your offense, number one, you don't have to be on offense. I know Juri's rush down, but you can just wait. You can just let them throw themselves at you and kill themselves because you have great checks, like great checks. And you want to vary what you do, and especially if you want this person to throw tech so you can shimmy them, you have to throw them. If you only do buttons, they're not going to tech. If you never throw me, I don't have a reason to do this. This only beats throw. This has no other purpose. If you're always doing this, I'm never going to do this. But if even twice you stop doing your block string and you use your plus frames to throw them, well, now they have a reason to tech. Or jump. And you're great at catching the jump.
Yeah.
We have like 8 minutes, so do you have any specific questions that you like wanted to go over?
I think with what you've given me, this is good for me to work on and improve on at this time. So I don't think I have any additional questions.
Awesome, I'm glad it was helpful. There's always, like, any person in this game, like, high level, like, highest level or not, there's more than, like, 2 or 3 things you could be working on. There's always, like, a bajillion things you could be working on. But if you distill it to a couple of things, and you fix those, then you can pick 2 or 3 more. If you focused on everything, then you can't focus on anything. It's just too much information. Like, if you handed somebody this game who had never played before, and you wanted them to anti-air, check drive rush, do combos, and make good decisions on defense, it would be impossible. If you hand this to somebody who's never played it before, and you teach them 1B and B, and you just say, when you hit them, do your combo, well, then that's step 1. That's a building block. Then you move to, okay, this is how you anti-air, this is how you check drive rush. And that stays the same, even way up in master rank. Like, you have to take it as, like, Lego pieces. Because if you just go, I want to be 1800 MR. That's where I am now. I want to be 1800 MR and I haven't hit it yet. But if I just go, oh my god, I want to go up 100 points, and I don't narrow it down to, like, the main things I'm focused on right now are, anti-airing with my correct buttons, resource management, and, actually playing some footsies. Those are my 3, like, main things on Marissa right now. If I focused on everything I could possibly improve, the list would go on and on and on and on and on. And then I can't focus on any of it. I'm not actually going to improve on any of it. Because if you're thinking about 8 things, you're not thinking about any of them. But I think you're definitely in a good place. Like, your checks are way, way better than I expected for, like, 1400 MR in the least condescending way possible. Like, your anti-airs are great, your driver's checks are great. When I just went, okay, I'm gonna do my thing and, like, run him over with the Shoto bullshit, I was immediately like, oh, no, like, the fact that you reacted to my drive rush crouch medium with the perfect parry, especially after they changed how that works, was, like, genuinely a little freaky. I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing drills for that, so I'm glad to see that it's paying off.
Yeah, 100%, you can tell. And, like, most people at MR are not running drills. They are literally just, like, they have a game plan that is fun, and that game plan is they want to hit you. And they're just going to keep running at you until they hit you. So, having your checks on point and realizing you can just wait is going to kill a lot of people, because you don't have to start offense manually if they're going to put themselves in a bad situation. Like, does Juri get Oki off her DP?
It's not off a heavy DP. I don't think so. That's 26. I know off a light DP you can drive rush, and this is something.
Yeah, so, like, if they keep jumping at you and you get the DP, you get free Oki and you never had to go in on them. Likewise, if they keep drive rushing at you and you check it and you do your combo and you get Oki off that combo, you never had to drive rush at them. They just threw themselves at you. This is pretty much exactly what I told the Plat 1 Aki that I coached a couple of weeks ago that, like, immediately went up to Diamond. Is he was like, I just don't understand how to get in. And I'm like, you don't have to. If they're obsessed with getting in on you, all you have to do is interrupt that, and now you have Oki.
Right.
So, Juri, rushdown? The rushdown starts when you get a knockdown. You don't have to get that knockdown by doing rushdown. You can get that knockdown just by checking them being a chimpanzee, and then begin the blender. You can also stand to throw loop, like, way more. Juri's throw loop is stupid. Juri has, like, the same throw loop as mine, I think. Don't you have an auto-time dash forward throw loop? That shit is toxic! That is so toxic! That is half the reason I hate this bitch.
And I can't walk back. I don't have enough time.
Well, that's where, for Juri, and I've seen other Juris do this, in order to get a shimmy after a dash forward, you have to do dash forward, dash back.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have to pick something. Like I have to do that, or I have to neutral jump.
Well, neutral jumping is not as good, because if I'm on point with the DPs, do your dash forward, dash back, let's say, or your dash forward then jump. Like if you dash forward and jump after you throw me. Well, that should have been a light DP, but then they can hit you out of the air if they're on point. But if you dash forward, dash back, and they didn't do anything, they're still in the corner.
Right.
And you're under the timer. So if they go, ah!
The slot you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, if they go, ah, you're still in the perfect position. Dash forward, dash back is very good. The only way for me to call out dash forward, dash back is to commit to pressing a button on my wake up. Throw me and then do the dash forward, dash back again. But I had to commit to this immediately without seeing you move. I have to wake up with the button. And if they wake up with the button, and you throw them, or you meaty them, they lose. So that is a very good gamble for you, to make me think I should wake up and press a button. Because waking up and pressing a button is really dangerous in the corner in this game. So definitely abuse the throw loop more. And like, that +3, you don't only have to throw loop. Again, if you're +3, you can frame trap with a medium. You definitely have an auto-timed meaty there. Yeah, that. So, like, just abuse that. And the fireball loops, too. Like, I don't know Juri's exact routes. I just know how they abuse me in the corner.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, like on block, that is incredibly toxic if they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my.
Because I have to perfect parry that.
It's really good.
I have to, like, perfect parry it, or I think I have to DI.
Oh, I need sauce.
Here we go. Nice. Let's go.
Is that a block string? There's no way that's a block string. No, yeah, if I get the perfect parry, I can get out by buffering a button behind it. But it has to be perfect parry, or I have to do that. And a lot of people aren't going to know what to do. So, like, the purpose of Juri's rushdown is not to keep them mid-screen and hammer them with buttons. It's to take them to the corner and put them in the throw loop. You rush them down so you get them here, and then you're done rushing down. Then they just have to take it. I think we are out of time. Thank you so much for trusting me to help you out.
Of course.
I really do hope this is helpful. Like, keep me updated on, like, I want to see if you're like, hey, look, this thing actually just happened in a real match. Like, I love that. I absolutely want to see that. DM me. If you have more questions, DM me, whatever. I'm going to turn off the recording now.